Nice fight here on the AFC tonight. The makings up against Nick Davis. Let's go to John Demicole.
Asylum Fightwear. 3 by 5 minute rounds in the MMA welterweight division. Your referee in charge of this contest, Greg Klenyans. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a brawler, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, with an official weight of 79.9 kilograms. He's had 4 fights, training out of Beastings and Gracie Shark MMA. Representing New South Wales, the Samoan warrior, Mikey Vaotuua.
Great to have Mikey Vaotuua.
And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He's a freestyle fighter, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, with an official weight of 81.8 kilograms. He's had 2 fights, training at Northern MMA and AET. Representing Epping and Mulweiler, ladies and gentlemen, Nick, the Disciple, Davis!
Absolutely, both these guys in the welterweight division, same height, very stocky builds for welterweights.
Expect fireworks in this one. Once again, AFC 12, Matt Pilios here, Josh Warner and John O'Warman. This one, Nick Davis taking on Mikey Vaotuua.
Here we go. The boys touch him up, shine respect showed in centre cage, and here we go.
Good early head movement by Mikey Vac. Both guys dueling for control of the centre cage. Looks like they're going to stand up and juke it out in the early stages.
Expect Vaotuua to throw some of those heavy bombs he's been known for. Good stiff jab there.
Love the lead left hook of Mikey Vac. That was low.
I don't think it's bothered Nick Davis too much. He knows how to take a shot.
Oh, Nick.
Changed levels beautifully there.
Mikey Vaotuua with the big takedown. Nick through the lunging left hook. It's been caught out. Let's see what sort of ground game Nick's got here.
Vaotuua did say he's worked a lot on his ground game the last 12 months.
I know for a fact that Tiago Ferreira at Gracie Shark has been working really closely with Mikey Vac. I know that he wants to become a more evolved mixed martial artist. Part of that is improving his jiu-jitsu game. Let's see what he's got today.
Well, definitely Mikey Vac working with the likes of Tama and Jamie Tahuna.
Oh, Nick Davis, beautifully done. Sweeps from the bottom position.
Beautiful sweep.
Ends up in Mikey Vaotua's full guard.
And that's the Matt Tonkin training, isn't it?
Oh, that is. Matt Tonkin, Tony Dibb working the training out there with Nicky Davis. He's going to look to bring his head down and unleash a few punches. Very similar to the tactics he implemented in the Chris Lindner fight.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Davis really wanted to just get him to the ground early and just tie Vaotuua a bit of fit. Vaotuua with those heavy leather is the most dangerous.
Well, if there's one criticism of Mikey Vaotuua in the past, that he does gas relatively quickly. Now, I know that he cut out all the crap food, all the alcohol, so I'm expecting a much fitter Mikey Vaotuua. But Nicky D will know that Mikey has been known to gas quickly, so this is going to help his game plan. Having said that, I know for a fact that Nick Davis, a little bit of gastro on the flu earlier on in the week, so not exactly sure about his gas tank either, John O'Warman.
Yeah, look, Mikey Vaotuua hasn't been known exactly for his fitness in the past, but he does look a lot fitter, a lot more cut and lean this time round. Nick Davis, a little bit crook earlier in the week, as myself was actually as well, a little bit of the flu going around, but still, this is going to be a terrific matchup. I'd love to see these boys, being a striker. Yeah, you know I want to see him standing. You know I want to see him stand up.
Well, they're not doing much right now, so the referee will take a close look at this one, and I reckon we might see a stand-up very shortly.
Yeah, the crowd will start encouraging the referee, but in saying that, Nick's staying busy enough, and Mikey's trying to defend as well and throw some offense. Good left by there by Davis.
Full guard, so not much Nick can do from here. He's either got to try and pivot his hips up, open up that guard, look to move around. At the same time, Mikey can't improve position with a closed guard, so a bit of a stalemate here right now.
Fantastic crowd here. We have nearly 2,000 people packing out the Melbourne Pavilion, owned by the great Brian Armatruder here in Melbourne, Victoria. And a great night so far, or afternoon I should say, night for the people streaming across America. We welcome you again here to the Australian Fighting Championships.
You cannot swing a cat in this venue, Matty Pilios. It is packed to the rafters.
Victorian fans, great sporting fans in general, and they're out to support Australia's #1 fight promotion today.
And Davis doing a great job here of just controlling him enough. Oh, he's going to go for a slam in.
He did, but he got caught in a guillotine too. Looks like Nicky D's
cut.
Split.
Oh, nice
Capoeira kick.
Wheel kick.
Yeah.
Vaotuua said, let's bring it on. He wants to bang.
Oh, great leg kick, Mikey Vac. Look at his faces.
He's ready to fight. Look at he's ready for war.
You know, that's one thing with the fighter, folks, is when you see him get a little bit of confidence, you
see that. Good left, right.
You see the fancy stuff starting to come out. Nice jab, up jab, jab and followed up by the cross. Here comes Mikey Vaotuua. He's looking very comfortable in centre cage.
He's faking really well, Mikey Vaotuua. He's throwing those fakes, those fake head movements. Oh, Nick's gone for the takedown. Too strong, Mikey V. Flicked off. Back to position.
Oh, the big haymaker, missing everything altogether for Mikey V as Nick Davis tries to go for a single leg. He's picked him up. And the big slam from Nick Davis.
He's actually slipped out though and ended up with a north-south position and a potential north-south choke for Mikey Vaotuua.
Great slam there, but Vaotuua grabbed him there, sort of going to potentially try a guillotine.
I think
or trying
Mikey
to stand him and bring a knee, or potentially slink to his back.
He's got a north-south choke, or he can transition here and try and take Nick's back.
It's probably a good position here for Mikey Vaotuua to get in, as we said, always. Not exactly the fittest fighter, although looking a lot leaner and fighter. He's going to be sucking in a few breaths from this position.
Oh, big rib shots too. That's going to suck some gas out.
He's got power. Look at that. He throws with real bad intentions there.
Nick not looking to improve position at the moment. Oh, well swept Nick Davis again.
Most guys try to soften up their opponent. Vaotuua tries to break a bone.
He does. He doesn't throw 50% punches, Mikey Vaotuua. I'd hate to spar against him, put it that way.
You saw his face expressions when he got a bit of stand-up. But look, Davis is fitter. He's a lot leaner than last time, Josh, and not really disgruntled, I suppose, by his position so far. He's got a bit of an arm there, trying to get a bit of wrist control, it looks like.
Yeah, he's got a little snick on his nose, but no great damage so far. Mikey's not really able to land any powerful punches that's going to affect Nick's game plan. It's more of the judges right now. The judges will be liking where Mikey is.
And trying to sweep it
Oh,
there was Nick.
good left hand, Mikey Vaotuua.
Ate a
he's
couple of
opened
big
up
ones.
now.
Oh, he's covered there.
Guillotine.
Oh, he's got the
5
guillotine.
seconds. Can Nick hold on? Oh, he holds
And
on.
what a great
That's
start.
round number one.
Good first round.
Great sportsmanship there by
Mikey
Vaotuua.
Vaotuua.
So,
That's what we
guys,
like to see.
With the
once
side
again,
holding
proudly
greatness.
sponsored by probably the greatest fight. We're not just in Australia and the world. Asylum Fight Gear here in Melbourne.
Doesn't want to take too many clean punches. He looked a bit of a mess out against James Lonergan last time. And look at Mikey Vaotuua sucking in the big ones. Let's test this cardio out now,
Round
boys.
number
Round
two.
2. Here we go.
The Disciple taking on Mikey Vaotuua. Both guys black trunks.
Mikey faking again.
I like to see Mikey, when he fakes, come forward just to try and gauge a reaction out of Nick Davis.
Oh,
Nice
good
stiff jab from
Nicky
Nick
D.
Davis.
He throws that well.
He's got to keep his right up when he jabs because Mikey Vaotuua tried the counter left hook, then it didn't miss by much, let me tell you.
Vaotuua looks to be a lot more fatigued than I
Oh,
thought.
right hand.
Yeah, actually,
Left,
I'll
right.
pay that, Matty P. Nice
Just
reversal
shakes him
takedown,
off.
though.
And back. Oh, Nick bucks him out. Oh, a little left hand the way through.
Just from dropping his hands, he can usually fight his hands a lot higher, but he's just dropped them low to start this round. And
Nick's got to get his hands up because he's marked up on the left eye already.
Yeah, he's
And
got that
we
snip.
pretty much saw his left eye close over last time against Jason Lonergan. Up against the cage.
Oh, how many flip-off reversals have we seen? We're not even a quarter way through round 2.
For a couple of big heavy punches, they're grappling really well so far.
And Mikey does well, grabs the right, trying to sweep that left ankle.
Looking for the 10-planet truck for a second there, Mikey was, but hasn't been able to execute.
Good couple of rib shots there by Vaotuua. Will probably go for a left knee, potentially too, Josh.
Could soften him up, but doesn't want to lose his ground control either.
Correct.
You've got to maintain an appropriate base, otherwise Nick can and will sweep.
Sneaking across the back there, just ever so slightly. Will he try to get some hooks in?
He's throwing some soft up punches now just to mark him up a little bit. Again, few soft.
Oh, hey,
There's that
heavy on the knees. That was like a Mack truck going into the side of Nick Davis's ribcage.
Rattled the commentary table here. Mikey Vaotuua and another
again,
one.
Immediately dotted him up too. That hurts. That hurts real bad. That can break a rib really easily.
And a smaller version of Soul with a whole Pelili Michael Vaotuua is, and has absolute power in his legs and
Here comes another
fist.
knee too, just quietly.
Big shout out to the Hulk Soul Palele, who was down at Brazilian's gym last week.
and another one.
Nick Davis has got to improve position here.
And I know no doubt our CEO, Adam Malakby, has a nice soft spot for Mikey Vaotuua. He loves him fighting in the AFC. And he says in the back of the head, I'm getting punched. Davis has just spoken to the referee saying I'm eating a couple in the back. So actually, whilst he's trying to defend guys, he's talking to the referee.
The referee's in the right position there though, so Nick's just got to keep his head down and keep fighting. Hey, full mount, Mikey Vaotuua. Oh, trouble, Nicky Davis.
Can he slip? They're both slippery though, so...
It's going to be hard to
Oh,
get
he's got those in the
Uppercuts.
chins.
Mikey marking him up big time here.
A lot of pay on those
Oh,
punches. Got him in the
uppercut.
chin there. He's
Davis-
got to try to shake him off.
He's going to have to show something here.
Nick's
Nick
gotta
Davis,
stand
otherwise
up.
the
He's
referee
gotta
will
stand
wave
up.
this off.
He's eaten a couple of clean uppercuts there.
He's got to
Oh,
stand
flat
up. He's
now.
in trouble. He's
Flat
covering
now.
up.
Nick's got to improve position.
Nick
Got to
has-
improve position.
He does. He's eaten those very well. There's at least 5 or 6 that landed cleanly, Josh Warner.
Under the armpit uppercuts from the ground and pound position, really brutal.
And they surprise you. They get you on the chin, nose.
They do. Oh, look at the
Going back to the ribs. Geez, Mikey Vaotuua slamming down with absolutely nothing but bad intentions.
Implementing a really impressive game plan right now, Mikey Vaotuua. Nicky Davis.
Oh, that one nearly slipped through.
Got to buck him off. He's got 2 hooks in Mikey Vaotuua, which makes it difficult, but he's got to improve position because this is wearing him out here.
Absolutely. Nick Davis, you've got to get Mikey off your back. You just got to stand up, son. You've got to do something here. Mikey Vaotuua, all dominance in this round number 2.
Nick might have a broken nose too, just quietly.
Yeah, he's in a bit of trouble.
But the ref is looking at this one very, very closely. Oh, well done, Nicky Davis.
Stands up.
Nick Davis back on the feet.
Marked up badly, Nicky Davis.
Great courage there by the disciple.
Looking very fatigued is Nick Davis.
Got to mix the punches up. Inside leg kick was nice.
He's got to watch that big right. It's going to come over the top. You can see Mike.
Oh,
he's gone for the kick. Look at the face expressions of Vaotuua also.
Oh, look at the face.
Not the greatest fakes I've seen, but he's just a strong man.
And
this has been the story, the surprise takedowns of Vaotuua.
Nick's not setting his punches up. He's just rushing in, throwing the looping left hands. Mikey's ducking under him very easily, double leg takedown. And once again, trouble in paradise for Nick Davis.
Definitely got to agree with you there, Josh Warner. If when you are tired, it is hard to keep control of the strikes. You want to pick your strikes, and if you're going to throw it with intention, but throw it to make sure you land it, not just throwing it just to throw it out there, because as we just saw Mikey Vaotuua with a beautiful counter.
Mikey's an experienced enough mixed martial artist to see those punches coming from a mile away. So all he's got to do is duck under, double leg, and he's dominating Nick Davis on the ground right now.
Once again, I think there's a bit of a smart game plan being used where in the position of Mikey Vaotuua now, because he's going to use the opportunity to suck in the breaths and slam those knees. He can suck in the breaths here. He's not going to wear himself out, try and fatigue Nick. As you said, Josh, have that weight on top of you. It's very hard to sort of shake off you.
Exactly. Mikey Vaotuua is very smart. The judges are loving the control, and he's getting a couple of seconds breath in. So with 7 seconds to go in round 2, again, probably argue Mikey Vaotuua 2 rounds up against the disciple.
Yeah, without a doubt, and a lot of damage in that second round. That's a clear 2 rounds to 0.
Nick Davis has got to modify his game plan here. If you were Matt Thompson, John O'Armond, what would you be saying to Nick Davis for round 3?
Nick, get into the center of the cage, put your jab out and circle. Jab 2, low kick, circle. Don't lock up, don't get in close where he can clinch up with you, and if you're going to throw your shots, throw them with intention. He's ready to rock and roll.
He looks fit. The Beastings boys right now, Tamatahuna and his crew, be very happy with Mikey Vaotuua.
AFC 12, this is our 3rd and final round, our 6th fight of the evening. Nick Davis taking on Mikey Vaotuua.
This is the 3rd and final round.
By Asylum Fight Gear. Great touch of the gloves there.
The boys. Here we go. Nick Davis, center of the ring.
Big right hand.
Got to set him up, Nick.
Slow down, Nick. Poke your jab out there, find your range.
Oh, look at the fake from Mikey Vaotuua. Look at his corner and through one.
It's almost like a Michael Jackson punch. He's pulling out the dance move, throwing a punch on the end of it. Beautiful takedown by Mikey Vaotuua.
For our wrestling fans, that was almost the old rock bottom.
I felt the earth move under my feet.
Just has a little bit of more natural athleticism to change levels a lot quicker and duck a little bit more quicker than the older Nick Davies.
He does.
Matt Pilios, you would have seen Mikey Vaotuua fight in the very first AFC, the very original, I guess, Mikey Vaotuua. How different is he from then to where he's at now?
A lot more takedowns. He was just all about stand-up back then. He just wanted to brawl. He had heavy hands. Now he's a bit more mentally smarter and more strategic, Jono. And threw a good left uppercut there.
And I can tell you
hands are down, though.
Mikey Vaotua's corner is absolutely ropeable that he let Nick Davis up on.
Nick Davis' shoulder actually landed accidentally in the side of the temple there of Vaotuua and surprised him.
Mikey let him up, and his corner were absolutely delirious when he did that. I'm not sure why he let him go up. It's back to the old Mikey Vaotuua, want to stand and trade.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's exactly what John was sort of mentioning. That was the old Mikey Vaotuua. Back to always his stand-up. Yep. But now more strategic, other than that little now he's section there.
Well, for most of his fight fellas, we've seen Mikey dominate from the top position. Now it's going to be interesting to see. He's being pressured a bit. Nick Davis has shown a bit of ticker, shown a bit of heart getting on top of him. What can Mikey Vaotuua do from the ground position?
Well, it's interesting. He doesn't have to do a lot, I don't think, because I've got him 2 rounds up. So as long as he doesn't get submitted, he should win a unanimous decision. However, there's always the chance that he gets caught.
You don't want to count out the disciple, Josh.
Let me tell you, though, that second was close to a 10-8 some of the judges. He hit him at least a dozen times on the ground there, Josh. So
generally, you need a big knockdown or something like that for a 10-8 round. But like you said, Matt, you never know what's going through the judge's mind.
It's been some solid decisions over the years, that's for sure.
Nick's got to get out of full guard here, get into a half guard, try to move for side control, do something to open up Mikey's guard and then unleash some of that devastating ground and pound.
Mikey probably has a good opportunity here to send a bit of a message to the rest of the welterweight division to show what can he do from this position. Obviously, Nick Davis, he's no easy beat. He's a tough customer, but can Mikey Vaotuua get on top and finish him? Or can Nick, maybe pull a rabbit out of the hat as both boys try to attempt to get back to the feet, back down to the ground. Mikey Vaotuua back in top position.
And that's just natural strength there, sort of with just that athleticism.
Yeah, and that's the old Gracie Shark. That's Tiago Pereira again. Improving position, sweep, and now back in dominant. Oh, back now.
He's back now.
Not a good place to be for the disciple Nick Davis.
Here come the underarm uppercuts again.
And he's worn these for the first 2 rounds. How long and how many more can he land?
Nick's a tough guy, man. He won't be giving up by any means, but these punches are going to wear you out. I mean, Mikey Vat's a strong dude. 1 or 2 more of those uppercuts, and who knows what happens to Nicky.
Nice reverse elbow attempt there by the disciple Nick Davis as he goes for the other one as well.
Nick's got to improve position. He's got to finish his fight in my book to win this. So he's got to get back to his feet.
Watch that left knee Vaotuua. Yeah, that was. He saw the opening.
You called that like a boss.
Back to north-south control for Mikey Vaotuua. Got 1 underhook in. Lets it go to throw some punches.
Nick Davis, tough as nails, guys. He's worn so much punishment, but this one is all Mikey Vaotuua today.
The left side of Nick Davis's rib cage. All I can say is Ice is going to be your best friend after this fight.
He won't be sleeping on his side tonight, that's for sure.
No. As we head back to the action in centre cage, it's been all Mikey Vaotuua so far, getting on top of Nick Davis in his third and final round. Another right knee to the left side of the rib cage of Nick Davis. He's been wearing them all day, but Nick Davis, tough as nails. He's not going to give in that easy.
He won't give in, but again, he hasn't improved position. He's not winning any points in the judges' scorecard. He's not putting Mikey under any pressure. And right now, Mikey's cruising to what should be a decision victory in his return fight in the Australian Fighting Championship.
Great to see a much fitter, much more evolved Mikey Vaotuua back in the AFC.
Look, this Mikey Vaotuua at welterweight is a dangerous Mikey Vaotuua.
Definitely is. He's explosive. If he could just work a touch on his cardio a bit more, he has improved.
Oh, definitely.
But he can just stay a bit leaner and fitter. He's going to be a real contender.
I think this is the best Mikey Vaotuua I've seen in any form of mixed martial arts.
100% as Mikey Vaotuua once again goes back to work now, punching the left side of the rib cage of Nick Davis, just trying to wear him down, score those points, gain a decision victory. Oh, those heavy hands of Mikey.
Wow, man, he's still got power, nearly
missed that one. Trying to snap his rib off then.
The north-south choke.
Leaning his whole body there, but Nick gets to his knees to sort of push for some leverage.
Even a gator roll. Oh, here comes the punch. Oh, clean by Mikey Vaotuua.
Here comes Mikey Vaotuua.
He's trying to finish the fight.
That's another 3 round from our 2 combatants. And what a terrific display from Nick the Disciple Davis and Mikey Vaotuua in centre cage. Josh Warner, your thoughts?
Big thank you to our sponsors about the Silo Fightwear.
He controlled the ground action. He was crisp but clean of punches in the striking department. Mixed the kicks in well. Disappointed for Nicky Davis, so I know he had a mishap in his prep as far as his illness went. Was looking to bounce back after his AFC 11 loss, but looked thrilled for Mikey Vaotuua. Best of standing so far, and should win a pretty comfortable unanimous decision.
Great to see Mikey Vaotuua back at the AFC, and full credit to Nick the Disciple Davis. He battled it out the whole way. He had his moments, but just wasn't able to capitalise.
We're going to throw to centre ring for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds have gone to the judges' scorecards, our 3 judges at cage scored the contest 30-27, declaring your winner via unanimous points decision. Blue corner, the Samoan warrior, Mikey Vaotuua.
Well, no surprise in that one. Mikey Vaotuua declared our winner by unanimous decision.
Mikey Vaotuua, great to have you back in the AFC, fitter, trimmer, and more wrestling than I've ever seen you, mate. No doubt you've been working on the ground game. Congratulations. A huge, easy point decision over Nick Davis.
Hey, all respect to Nick Davis. He's a tough guy, man. Like, I heard a few guys like that at training and they fought, so I want to dedicate this fight to my wife and 2 kids. You know, like, I've been through a tough time with MMA, but now I'm off the drink, off everything, just training. Thank you to my beastings, Tama Tehuna, Jamie Tehuna, Damien. Thanks to Gracie Shark, Tiago, and all my training partners, but most importantly, my wife and my 2 kids. Thank you, Nick.
Mikey Vaotuua, welterweight now. You know, you're a big contender in the AFC. You got that knockout power. You know, if someone said you're going to win tonight, most people would have predicted by knockout, but we know your trainer has told you just to calm down the heavy hitting, even though you nearly snapped poor Nick Davis's ribs a few times. What's your plans for the AFC in 2015?
I'm just going to train hard. I'm not going to talk shit, say I'm going to come and knock everyone out. I'm just here, honestly, just to train. I'll fight whoever at my weight, and I just want to put on a show like I hopefully I did today. Thank you, everyone.
So, Hannah, I just want to ask you, how do you know Nick Davis, the disciple? How do you know Nick?
How do I know him?
Just for the 2,000 people here.
Oh, he's my boyfriend.
It's your boyfriend, okay. Nick, what would you like to say to Hannah?
Well, just wanted to went on the ring, but it's circular, so I'll do the same, but I'm just wondering if they're marrying me.